information every single day, and we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222. That's 1-800-222-2222.
Now at noon, tributes are being held worldwide and here at home to mark the one-year anniversary of the deadly Hamas-led attack on Israel. Thank you for joining us for the KTLA 5 News at noon. I'm Lou Parker.
And I'm Lauren Lister in for Glenn Walker. That surprise cross-border attack 1 year ago triggered the ongoing war in Gaza.
Several remembrances today are honoring the victims and the hostages who have yet to be freed. KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang joining us here in the studio with more on this somber anniversary. Hi, Kimberly.
Lou, Lauren, hi. Many emotional events have been held here and around the world to mark 1 year since the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel. We're told authorities will be on alert around Los Angeles as more vigils and remembrance events are planned for tonight, including at the Saban Theater and at Valley Beth Shalom Synagogue. You could hear a woman wailing as hundreds gathered where their loved ones were gunned down at the Nova Music Festival in Israel a year ago. The surprise attack October 7th ignited the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. A fountain in Tel Aviv was turned into a makeshift memorial. Here locally, there are ceremonies and remembrance events that are planned at synagogues and cultural institutions. Several have already taken place. In Beverly Hills, the city held a prayer vigil. Israeli flags were displayed at Memorial Square near Cannon Drive and Parkway to mourn victims and hostages still in captivity.
That's really what we're remembering is the people, the 1,200 people who died that day, the 200 people who were held hostage, some of which that have died, and the 101 hostages that are still being held in Gaza.
The Museum of Tolerance also held a commemoration ceremony. They lit candles to represent the people killed in the terror attack and the hostages. People of all religions and backgrounds gathered at the Simon Wiesenthal Center for a night of reflection. In the Pico Robertson area, a large crowd gathered in solidarity on the streets.
What brings me here is pretty simple. It's the hostages. There's still over 100 hostages that were stolen and kidnapped from Israel into Gaza on October 7th. And that's what I'm here for, try and help get back these hostages.
At a time when you may feel frightened, alone, and afraid, we stand with you.
We're now going to light the Yorkside candle, the memorial candle, and then observe a moment of silence.
President Biden and the First Lady held a moment of silence at the White House and lit a candle for the victims.
Terror in Israel is still happening. The hostages are still in the tunnels after 1 year. I'm begging for you, keep fighting for those people. They will get back to Israel with your help. We can do it together.
The war in Gaza has killed more than 41,000 people and displaced nearly 2 million in the embattled coastal territory. Pro-Palestinian rallies were held in Manila, Philippines, and parts of Yemen to mark the one-year anniversary. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris is planning to make remarks this afternoon, and along with Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, will plant a memorial tree at her Naval Observatory residence. Former President Trump will speak at a remembrance event in Florida. Reporting live in studio, Kimberly Chang, KTLA 5 News.
Kimberly, thank you. Police are trying to track down the suspects in a violent flash mob robbery at a 7-Eleven in Orange County that left a clerk injured.
This is the latest flash mob style robbery to target the convenience store chain in recent months. KTLA's Jennifer McGraw live in Anaheim with the details. Jennifer.
Lauren and Lou, good afternoon. Yeah, disturbing and upsetting. We're talking about 40 to 50 young men who were possibly involved with an illegal street takeover, then robbing this 7-Eleven, injuring a clerk, and some of them even recording it. In the footage, a mob of mostly masked males are seen pulling the door of the convenience store open as the clerk, armed with something that appears to be a broomstick, attempts to keep the group out. One man even seen carrying in a giant rock of sorts, or possibly a concrete block, after the employee, followed by men who begin ransacking the store. While the clerk was trying to keep the door closed, video shows him get hit in the stomach and doubling over before taking an uppercut from a male in a gray hoodie. The clerk had injuries to his face. He says the thieves got away with a couple $100, lottery tickets, and among other items. Store owners say these attacks on businesses are out of control. The donut shop owner on the corner, he said he's had several break-ins as well.
Livelihood depends on my business. I'm not going to close it for anybody. Keep it open and, get a security guard part-time, and we can go that way.
Flash mob-style robberies at 7-Eleven convenience stores have been an ongoing problem in Southern California. In Los Angeles, between Friday, July 12th and Friday, September 20th, there were 14 separate robberies across 10 stores in LAPD's Rampart, Hollywood, Wilshire, and West LA division. Now back out here at this 7-Eleven, it is the store policy not to fight back, to allow the crooks to steal whatever they want, and that's to protect the employee. The employee says he was only trying to keep those people out, which then turned into protection mode. That's the very latest. We're live in Anaheim. Jennifer McGraw, KTLA 5 News.
Jennifer, thank you. And 6 people have been arrested in connection with a nearly $100,000 heist at the Westfield Topanga Mall in Canoga Park. The flash mob style robbery happened Friday inside the Nordstrom. Police say the masked suspects grabbed several clothing items and purses from the Valentino section. Just hours later, LAPD officers tracked down one of the cars involved. 2 juveniles and 3 adults were arrested. A second car was then tracked down in Huntington Beach. That driver was also arrested. Santa Monica police continue to investigate an incident right outside their station in which an officer was stabbed.
That officer is now recovering. The suspect was shot and killed. KTLA's Alina Abovian is in Santa Monica with reaction from that city's mayor. Alina, good afternoon.
Hi, ladies. Good afternoon. That's right. The officer thankfully survived this horrific attack. It happened right outside the police station here in Santa Monica, and it was around 5 o'clock in the evening. The officer was standing outside. He was having a conversation with someone when the suspect randomly approached and stabbed the officer. Now, take a look at this video. This is following the aftermath of this horrific, violent encounter. Santa Monica police say the suspect was a man in his 30s. He approached the officer while he was engaged in a conversation. The officer asked the man to wait, and that's when the man grabbed a knife and began attacking the officer, slashing and stabbing him several times. That's when the officer took out his handgun and opened fire, ultimately killing the suspect. The Santa Monica Police Department has not yet released any information regarding the suspect, his identity, or if he was a transient. Police and emergency responders performed CPR and life-saving measures on the suspect. However, he died here at the scene Saturday evening. Recently, we're told a number of officers have been assaulted here in Santa Monica in the last few weeks.
It's horrible. It's a symptom of the streets in Los Angeles and Santa Monica. We've ended up being, to an extent, an extension of Skid Row, with people coming in off the metro, with so many homeless people who were attracted to the city, and very few ways to get them off the streets. We need more street mental health. We need better solutions. I need a district attorney who will indeed prosecute. I need laws that will help our police do their jobs.
Now, we don't know if this was a mental health situation or not, if the suspect was a transient. All that is still under investigation. We're told the Santa Monica Police Department is conducting an internal review. Also, the DA's office asked for the officer. He's 35 years old and a 10-year veteran of the force. I'm Lena Bowman reporting live in Santa Monica, KTLA 5 News.
And a groundbreaking held today for a new LA County Health Center coming to North Hollywood. The 3-story, 50,000 square foot facility on the 5300 block of Tujunga Boulevard will house 3 county departments. Several services will be provided, including medical, mental health, and wellness, and also substance abuse treatment.
Bringing the departments of health services, mental health, and public health together creates a convenient one-stop shop for patients to access all the care they need under one roof.
The nearly $93 million facility is replacing a previous one-story county health clinic. It is set to be completed by the end of 2026.
All right, now to weather. Kirk Hawkins is here. A little
Hi.
switcheroo. Andy Reese-Meyer went home. Kirk Hawkins,
welcome.
coming on in.
We passed the baton,
Yes.
the torch, and I'm very excited to the luckiest guy in Southern California.
Oh, wow.
To get to hang out with both of you
Wow.
Okay.
Thanks.
So,
we feel lucky
count me
that
in.
you're here.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Thank you.
Nice. Consider it done. And when it comes to your forecast, we're seeing some hazy conditions out there today. Some low clouds and fog and some beaches as well, but plenty of sunshine throughout the afternoon. In your zone forecast along the coast, we'll see a high today of 71 degrees. We're getting really close to it. 85 downtown LA, San Fernando Valley 105. Orange County, today's high 87. Inland Empire looking at a high of 99. Now, many interior areas are seeing excessive heat warnings and heat advisories. We did have